Resorts aren't the only place where you might see zen-like gardens, towering palms, and dolphin-themed fountains. Homeowners put on their gardening gloves and decided to bring that paradise feel to their neighborhoods. Here in Garden Grove, we call it Garden Grove Pride. And thanks for joining us. I'm Arthi Nehru. We're at the Evergreen Nursery in Garden Grove, where some of you may have come for your own gardening needs. Did you know there are more than 44,000 homes in Garden Grove? But some stand out for having undeniable curb appeal. A group of volunteer judges spent an entire month searching for the best of the best. Tao Ta shows us this year's Garden Grove Pride winners.
Towering trees, bright, colorful flowers drawing birds and butterflies, and zen-like gardens.
Beyond this white picket fence on Enault Lane, you'll find the Woods home, brimming with country charm.
It's no wonder Garden Grove homeowners are being recognized for having the best-looking homes and yards.
For 38 years, the Schaefers have made a hobby out of grooming their garden and looking forward to springtime when everything is in bloom.
Hundreds of homeowners filled the Community Meeting Center at the 42nd Annual Garden Grove Pride Awards ceremony.
Zone 7, Daryl and Patricia Peterson.
Volunteer judges scoured these 17 zones to find the top homes in Garden Grove.
We looked for different brickwork and their driveways maintained, their yards maintained. When we were driving by, we were just looking for something that had really good curb appeal that would stand out.
Photos of the 17 Home of the Year winners were posted on the city's website so people could vote for the best-looking home. This year's best home and garden
goes to Patrick and Valerie Sullivan from Zone 16.
Their sage-colored farmhouse-style home took 8 years to remodel, but the Sullivans had no idea they'd be winners.
Didn't expect it at all. I was greatly surprised because there's so many homes in the area. It would be hard to be a judge.
One additional home was recognized as the best water-wise home.
Kraft is proud to say he hasn't put a single drop of tap water on his yard this year.
I think of how amazing it is, and I mean, not to brag, but I think I did a great job.
This award showed the importance of conserving water and how maintaining drought-tolerant gardens can be just as beautiful.
It's not just about saving water. There's much more to it than that. There's no mowing, there's no blowing. You're saving a lot of water, and it's also a habitat garden where you get the bugs and the butterflies and birds.
At the end of the 42nd Annual Garden Grove Pride Awards ceremony, all the very dedicated volunteers and Home of the Year winners were recognized for their hard work and creativity. This is Tao Ta reporting.
The winners were chosen by an army of volunteer judges. Each team was given a zone and told to check out every house on every street. It's a big task, but they were up for it. So what are the boundaries of each zone? Let's take a look. Zones 1 and 2 are in West Garden Grove. Just east of that, Zone 3, with Zone 4 a tad to the north. Zone 5 extends south of Orangewood to Garden Grove Boulevard. Zone 6 and 7 are south of Garden Grove Boulevard, with Zones 8 and 9 to the north. Zone 10 is the stretch between Catella and Garden Grove Boulevard. Zone 11 is right below it. Zone 12 is the only area of Garden Grove south of Westminster Avenue, with Zone 13 just north and east of that. Zone 14 is the next zone up, and 15 encompasses the neighborhood surrounding the Christ Cathedral. Zone 16 takes us to the border of Orange, and last but not least, Zone 17 is directly south. Okay, so now that you know the zones, let's see the winners. Jennifer Goddard and I will be our guide. We'll start with Zone 1.
A study in dramatic contrast. just the way Patricia Eckert wants it. When she decided it was time for something new, she stepped out of her comfort zone, choosing a deep midnight gray and making it pop with the whitest white. Some of her neighbors on Winton Street weren't sure what to think.
Yes, when I first painted it, I had some good and bad. Some of the neighbors went, "Ooh, what have you done?" But most really like it.
The bold color choice is the perfect backdrop for the fiery cannas and bold yellow daylilies. Just looking at the video, you can almost smell the star jasmine.
I'm a flower girl. I was born and raised in Canada, so Canadians are very much into their gardens, and we can't wait for the snow to melt and get going with the gardens.
Here in Garden Grove, gardening is a year-round event, one it appears Patricia Eckert has mastered. Congratulations on your first Home of the Year award. We have a feeling it won't be your last. When you look at the clean lines and warm, welcoming colors of this house on Vanguard Avenue, it's hard to believe that neighbors once called it an eyesore.
Because the previous owner is mistreated, we just do toilet completely makeover.
Now look at it. With its curved raised beds, stonework, and the most amazing collection of healthy poinsettias months after most of us have given up on ours. The secret to this makeover?
Put the mind and the love into what you're doing, I guess, because when you love it, you do it, you enjoy, it's gonna come out nice.
Better than nice. This house exudes Garden Grove pride. Congratulations on your first Home of the Year win. Beyond this white picket fence on Enault Lane, you'll find the Woods home, brimming with country charm, and all kinds of surprises, like a subdivision of birdhouses.
Our mail lady calls it Twitterville.
And this, a fairy garden.
There's fairies at the bottom of our garden, so what can we say? We have to make a beautiful place for them to make their home.
This miniature garden is surrounded by lush greenery, from the perfect expanse of green lawn to the magnificent maidenhair and sword ferns.
One of our theories is if you can't live in paradise, you bring paradise to where you live.
And don't forget an arbor covered in pink roses. There are 33 rose bushes in all here, and a lot of love, along with Garden Grove pride. Congratulations on your second Home of the Year win.
Pretty impressive, right? It's just the beginning. Coming up after the break, a landscape where pigs fly, and a water-wise home with a wicked sense of humor.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it here. So what are you waiting for? Just go to the site.
Sometimes it takes years to get your garden looking just right. You plant things, you move them, you add architectural touches, and suddenly you got a front yard masterpiece. Our next Garden Grove Pride homes are proof.
You can tell a whole lot of love was planted in the front yard of this happy home on Bowles Avenue. Also, a lot of character. This is a landscape where pigs fly, and a winter sleigh is a year-round planter for seasonal flowers.
I don't like things perfect. I like a variety of things. And when one dies, something else will be blooming.
Charlene's English garden mentality means there's always something to plant, or trim, or move in the garden. And after 35 years, she's still up for the challenge. And Dennis is happy to help with the heavy lifting.
I do enjoy it. She takes great pride in it, and that's good for me. She's happy, and that's what's important.
With an attitude like that, it's no wonder they've been married 50 years and still letting their garden evolve, like their lives together. Congratulations on creating a home your neighbors and all of Garden Grove can be proud of. massive Brazilian pepper trees frame the Peterson house on Jerome Street. But they are just the beginning.
The rocks at the trees, the different colorations just really made it stand out. It was funny, we both agreed right when we drove by, we're like, wow.
Judges Joan and Kevin Deleskowitz couldn't believe it when they learned the lawn is artificial turf. It looks that good. An abundance of succulents, along with sago palms, also grace the landscape here. And the hardscape is full of surprises too.
Just the fact that it had such a variety of different things with the cement work in the driveway and the brickwork on the house.
And the series of brick-surrounded circular planters set into the driveway, chock full of green.
It just stood out from the rest.
The eyes have it. Congratulations on an outstanding display of Garden Grove pride. The magnificent Chinese elm in front of Nancy Standiford's home on Low May Avenue caught our judge's eyes right away. It's the perfect spot for a summer picnic in the shade.
To me, it's not real fancy, but it's what I like.
What she really likes are the bright pops of color that come from lantana and cup of gold vine among the lush green foliage of photinia and star jasmine. Wind chimes add a little magic to this homey front patio where Standiford loves to sit back and enjoy. She never dreamed her sweet spot would be named Home of the Year.
It was really a shock to find that I was selected as the #1 in this area. That was wonderful.
We think your home is pretty wonderful too. Congratulations on your first Home of the Year award. Water-wise on steroids. The Peterson home on Imperial Avenue is a landmark few can pass by without stopping to take in some drought-resistant ideas and Daryl Peterson's wicked sense of humor.
He has a great imagination.
In fact, Daryl imagined how their front yard could look and sketched it out, getting rid of their thirsty lawn and replacing it with rocks and things like torch cactus, rock purslane, and tons of Southwest character.
We started looking for beautiful plants, with some color, mix some color here and there, but wanted to stay within the desert theme.
Neighbors are amazed, and the mailman is said to be thrilled with the decomposed granite walkway that leads right to his destination, which passes right by colorful rose bushes with names like Mr. Lincoln and, of course, the yellow rose of Texas.
I feel very, very proud of it, really I do.
And you should. The result is amazing, and the water bill is even better. Congratulations on your Home of the Year. Stop the car and take a look at the curb appeal at the Tran home on Allen Drive. That's what a team of mother-daughter judges did.
What I liked about the house is it's very geometric and symmetrical and southwestern looking. I really love the straight lines, and the feature that stuck out to me were the front doors.
That and the stone overlay that surrounds the home that was designed to look like a modern version of an ancient temple. A temple surrounded by nature's beauty.
I like fountains and water, and I like how it moves and the sounds.
There's a lot to like here. Red Japanese maple, sago palms, hydrangea, and more. All working in harmony to create an award-winning home. Congratulations, Tran family, for having the vision and the energy to make Garden Grove proud.
We're only halfway done. We still have many more eye-catching exteriors and lush landscapes to show you. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I adopted Bento from a shelter, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
So far, it's clear that Garden Grove Pride homeowners have a knack for setting the bar high in the neighborhood. Some exotic plants add to the curb appeal for the next group of homes.
A fence surrounds the front of this home on Dewey Drive, and a pair of lions stand guard. But come inside and you will immediately be transported to the land of bonsai.
Cây của em thì trồng toàn những cây ăn trái của Việt Nam.
My trees are all fruit-bearing trees from Vietnam. There's grapefruit, soursop, longan, golden apple.
Each is grown and lovingly cared for by Huang Ju, who says this is her hobby.
People who enjoy planting a bonsai tree, it means they are passionate about it.
That passion shows. Honeysuckle, ginkgo biloba, and well-tamed bougainvillea, just to name a few of the hundreds of specimens that draw in both people and hummingbirds. It's hard work to maintain all of this, but worth it.
Whenever I feel stressed, I go outside to look at the garden, and it makes me feel relaxed and comfortable.
Comfortable, proud, and a job well done. Congratulations! Crisp and clean and loaded with curb appeal. That's the Casinelli home on Danbury Drive. It wasn't always this gorgeous.
The grass was dead, the house was yellow, ugly, didn't have the brick. It just needed TLC.
That's exactly what the Casinellis gave it over the past 27 years. Now, this couple of native Peruvians can reminisce about how flowers helped Javier win Ana's heart.
We're first dating. He used to steal the flowers from, the mom's garden. They were beautiful roses with so many petals.
They've continued the tradition, adding velvety red amaryllis and vivid plum hydrangea to the mix that includes succulents, papyrus, and creeping fig vine.
It makes us feel good.
That good feeling is well-deserved. Thank you for this marvelous display of Garden Grove pride. Warm and inviting and packed with inspiration, the Nguyen home on Dakota Avenue is all that and more. From the street, you notice the low wall, but come closer and you'll see exotic Hawaiian elf schefflera, plumeria, and sensitive plant.
We grew up in the countryside, so we really like to live in that type of environment with trees, chairs to sit in, water, to bring us moments of peace after coming home from work.
Birds flock to the welcome waters of a centrally located bird bath, which Mee says is one of her favorite sights. She and her husband kept the trees when they moved in and began adding lots of flowers.
I will continue to take care of my house each day so that it is neat and clean, so my neighborhood and the city can feel proud.
It's a long way from their homeland of Vietnam, but the Nguyen's have made this their own little piece of heaven, right here in Garden Grove. Congratulations on your Home of the Year win. A movable feast for the eyes awaits you in front of this home on Hope Street. Movable because everything is planted in colorful cement bowls. It's an idea Tri Tran got from a church in Vietnam.
He got the idea from the pot makers back there and came here and did it all by himself.
Tri hated mowing the lawn, so he got rid of it, installing a garden of pots filled with jade plant, agave, bougainvillea, and so much more.
I started with one, and one looked good, so I'll make another one. And I keep making it. I ran out of room.
His hobby turned into his passion. Now he trims and trains many of the plants bonsai style. He's even shaped an elephant and deer of boxwood.
I laughed because I didn't know if people will like what he made.
The judges not only liked it, they're celebrating it with a Home of the Year award. Fresh, clean, and lots of green at the Colley home on Rocking Horse Road. It's the result of a landscaping makeover, a gift from Colley's daughter.
I knew we wanted 3 palm trees in the center.
Those king palms are surrounded by a heart-shaped island full of bloomers, all bursting with springtime color. Colley is 84 and proud of his service in the Navy during the Korean War. He's also proud of his decision to settle here in Garden Grove.
Found out that this house was the last house in this area that was for sale, and I walked in and bought it, and my wife loved it.
Barbara has since passed, but she would have liked the new landscaping that stands out against the brickwork that Raymond installed years ago.
It turned out pretty good.
Makes for a nice front, yeah.
Not just nice, award-winning. Congratulations on your Home of the Year award.
Don't go away, we have many more breathtaking homes to show you, including the best of the best. This year's Best Home and Garden winner, chosen by you. There's no place like home, especially when home has that special sparkle. One thing we've learned about our Garden Grove Pride homeowners is that they don't mind going the extra mile to groom their yards, even if it takes several years, or in one case, 38 years.
The Fu home on Lawara Street has the feel of an elegant plantation house in the tropics. From the towering queen palms that sway in the breeze, to the artistic ones that adorn the wrought iron fence, to the calming effects of the dolphin-themed fountain. It all says, come on in and relax.
Oh, we just love the water, you know, the sound of waterfall.
The family loves to gather in the shade of this umbrella, looking out on their own slice of paradise. They've called this home Sweet Home for 6 years, with its stately columns, elegant balcony, and gorgeous glasswork. Cindy Fu was modest about winning the award, but gave a shout out to Garden Grove Pride.
It's another motivation for people to upgrade their home and make it like attractive for the neighborhood. And so I think it's amazing. Yes, it's great.
We think you're pretty amazing too. Congratulations on showing your Garden Grove pride. An explosion of color fills each and every bed and planter at the Schaefer home. From geraniums to nasturtiums, daylilies to alstroemeria. It's all right here on Wilkin Way.
I think flowers add a lot of hominess to a house.
For 38 years, the Schaefers have made a hobby out of grooming their garden and looking forward to springtime when everything is in bloom.
We just enjoy our home. Of course, in this climate, everything grows.
A queen palm sways in the breeze above a perfect expanse of green grass below. It's no wonder the judges chose the Schaefer house as Home of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. Congratulations, you're well on your way to the Garden Grove Pride Hall of Fame. City slickers, watch out and check out the Sullivan's new farm-style home, built from the ground up on Dunkley Lane with a whole lot of love.
My wish was that it would look like a barn, which with the gambrel roof is, and the way he sloped the porch there, it reminds me of some of the older houses that I love in the San Joaquin Valley.
It took 8 years to build it, and it is authentic. Each architectural detail is just right. The front door is made of reclaimed lumber, and check out this beautiful wall of rock. If you like the way this looks by day, just take a look at night.
I'm an electrician by trade, so all these trees, there's well lights in the ground that light the trees up at night. It has lights in all the eaves and under the eaves and everything. It's beautiful at night.
It's a stunner, and apparently it runs in the family.
My mom and dad, which live right next door, they won the award many years in a row.
They're Hall of Famers, and this next generation of Sullivans is well on their way. Congratulations! The sign says, "This way to paradise," and it doesn't lie. The owners of this home on Court Circle call it Asian style, and their favorite part is the color of almost everything in this tranquil garden.
My favorite is green color. That's the one I want to create for my gardens. Look green and look fresh, and I feel good every time I'm coming home.
Red leaf Japanese maple is right at home here with the Irish moss, juniper, black pine, and mondo grass. And then there's the fountain. Wisteria offers an umbrella of green vines over the welcoming front walkway. It took 15 years working together for this couple to achieve perfect harmony.
I may say without her, it could not be happen like this. Without her, she's my advisor. Yeah, she really.
And I couldn't do it if without him.
Together, you've created something special. Congratulations on your Home of the Year.
While it takes a lot of work to keep the garden in Garden Grove, it doesn't need to take a lot of water. During California's statewide drought over the past couple of years, Garden Grove residents have stepped up to find creative ways to conserve. It's hard to believe, but the beautiful landscape you're about to see hasn't had a single drop of tap water this year.
The first thing you notice about this home on Moana Way is the massive Italian stone pine tree. But the real magic here lies beneath it. Call it a walk on the wild side, filled with water-wise native vegetation.
It's not just about saving water. There's much more to it than that. There's no mowing, there's no blowing. You're saving a lot of water, and it's also a habitat garden where you get the bugs and the butterflies and birds.
Kurt Kraft is passionate about his water-wise garden, filled with ocotillo, buckwheat, white sage, and Indian mallow. All of it surrounded by a split-rail fence with meandering pathways that lead to a rustic bench with Rogers red grapevine, twisting and climbing into a natural canopy. All of this didn't happen overnight. It was done in stages, including this rock-filled swale that doesn't just add to the look of native California, it also comes in handy on those rare days when it rains.
I divert the rainwater to go into the swale, and because it's all rock and it's a trench that's dug, the water runs through the swale and it essentially waters the front yard.
Kraft is proud to say he hasn't put a single drop of tap water on his yard this year.
I think of how amazing it is, and I mean, not to brag, but I think I did a great job, and it just makes me feel good sitting in the garden and seeing nature.
Even in a drought, Kraft's yard is full of nature's beauty, a design that makes a difference. Congratulations for setting the bar high with your water-wise home.
Beautiful. That home is proof you can cut water use and still have such great curb appeal. We want to thank all our winners once again for showcasing their Garden Grove pride and making our neighborhoods a beautiful place to be. For another look at the winning homes, you can go online to our YouTube channel. Just search Garden Grove Pride 2015. Here at the Evergreen Nursery, there are all kinds of fruit trees and flowers. But like we saw throughout the show, you really don't have to travel far when you make your home its own paradise. That's all for this edition of Garden Grove Pride. I'm Arthi Nehru. Thanks for watching.